Hi, it's Lauren Gafer here and welcome back to another Tuesday tip. These videos are for you if you are a busy woman over 40 and you want to quit dieting and have a healthier relationship with food. I want to make these videos short, quick and actionable so you can get on with your busy day but have something that you can take with you that is useful and actionable to help you with your healthier lifestyle. Now today, I want to ask you a question. Do you have an all or nothing approach to food? I see this so much. I work with so many women who come from this background of dieting, who've got an all or nothing relationship or approach to food. You're either all in on your diet and you're doing everything perfectly, you're literally not putting a foot wrong, there's not a morsel of anything passing your lips that shouldn't be going in there, and you're just nailing it. You are all in on your food. But what happens? Something happens and all of a sudden it's all gone out the window and nothing is happening. You are all in on the chocolate and the crisps and the rubbish and the biscuits because you've destroyed your diet and all of a sudden nothing's working anymore. It's this all or nothing relationship with food, and that is what is so broken about what we've been taught about food. It's so wrong, and I want to help you to see it a different way. Dieting culture perpetuates this all or nothing approach to food because it gives you a list of foods you're allowed to eat and a list of foods you're not allowed to eat, and should you deviate, you've done it all wrong and you're just made to feel like a big fat failure. And you are none of those things. So today I want to share some tips with you to help you get away from this all or nothing approach to food and have a little bit more balance around food and what you're eating so it's not so stressful all the time. Now, the first tip I want to share with you, and this is something I've said before and I will continue to say, is that diets don't work. Anything that has you counting, measuring, weighing, tracking, following lists of allowed foods or free foods or anything along those lines, or counting stuff, isn't sustainable. There's going to come a point where something cracks and you're not able to follow it anymore. And then what do? You don't have a prescriptive plan to follow. So what are you doing? You're just back to your old habits, you're confused and you're eating all the wrong things. So the sooner we can get you to a place where you've got a more balanced approach to food and it's not this all or nothing thing going on anymore, then the healthier and more balanced you can be. So the first thing we need to do is just get you off the diets and get you to understand that these don't work. Okay? The second tip I want to share with you is that I want you to view food as something that nourishes you, not something to punish yourself with, not something that's going to potentially make you fat, not something that, has got set number of calories, or any other thoughts or emotions that you have around the food that you're going to eat should be based on whether it's going to nourish you. When you see an item of food, be it broccoli or chocolate, and both of those are perfectly acceptable in the moment, is this going to nourish you? And the sooner you can start eating foods that nourish you, both nutritionally and physically and emotionally as well, then you're going to feel so much more nourished holistically around food and not have this all or nothing, not supposed to eat it, I'm supposed to eat it approach to food. So food as nourishment. Is this food bringing you closer to feeling more nourished or not? And listen, it's not always going to be the healthiest thing on the menu. I've spoken about this before. You all know that I'm really real. I'm a real busy mum, and sometimes chocolate has a place and gin and tonic has a place and chips and crisps and dips have a place in, having a balanced relationship to food and feeling okay about eating those things, because most of the time you're actually eating things that are nutritious and that are doing your body good. So food as nourishment. The closer to nature the food that you are eating, the better it's going to be for you. So start viewing your food in that way. And the third tip I want to share with you, and this is probably a little bit extreme, a little bit out there for a lot of people, is that you are actually permitted to eat anything that you want. Nothing is off limits. And as soon as you start to get that kind of light bulb realization that you are allowed to eat whatever you want, suddenly you start making better choices because you, as I said in tip number 2, you're choosing foods that are closer to nourishment. So sometimes chocolate is what you need in that moment, and that is okay. Sometimes on a Friday night when it's been a long day and you want to kick back, a glass of wine and a gin and tonic is perfectly okay. And sometimes a great big salad with avocado and pumpkin seeds and olive oil and salmon and red peppers and you name it is also the right thing because it's so nourishing. So listen to your body. Start listening to your body and what it needs in that moment, and stop thinking about your only goal around food is whether it's, you know, allowed or not allowed. You have permission to eat whatever you want. So play around with that and see how it goes, because it's a totally new concept for a lot of you who've been on many diets over the years where you've been told not allowed to eat that, but you are allowed to eat however much you want of that, and invariably it's all the wrong stuff. So if you want to move away from this all or nothing approach to food, there are some big old mindset shifts that you need to make to start getting away from this. Because actually, it's not about what you're eating, this all or nothing approach. It's about what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're letting your thoughts and your feelings turn into actions. And that's or a little bit more about emotional eating, which I'll do another video about. Diet culture has had us feeling all sorts of things around food that we're not supposed to feel, like guilt and shame and embarrassment and, deprivation. Those are not the sorts of things we want to be feeling around food. We want to feel joy and nourishment and happiness around food, not guilt and shame. I want to move away from all of that, and that's what this all or nothing approach to food is teaching you how to do. Now listen, I'm not immune to any of this. I might not have done the whole Slimming World thing, but I've been on my own journey around food. I'm passionate about food, and I've tried out lots of different things, including paleo and Whole30 and keto and carb tracking, and that can get quite obsessive. And I've tried all these. They might not be, the typical what you call a diet, but they are still restrictive diets. And I do really understand this concept of being all or nothing. I tried a really restrictive paleo plan once, and I lasted 3 weeks before I nearly ran someone over because I was so desperate for some carbohydrates. I really do get this idea of, feeling deprived, and I don't want any of you to experience that. And I know that a lot of people who've been on and off diets over the years have this kind of feeling of, feeling hungry all the time and feeling deprived and shameful around food. I want to do away with all of that and create more happiness and joy. So let's move away from this all or nothing approach to food with the tips that I've just shared with you. The first one being, diets don't work. I'll say it before and I'll no doubt say it again. It's my mission here for you is to get you off dieting and feeling more balanced around food. Stop dieting. And I have tools to help you to do that, which are coming up. Number 2, think about food as nourishment. Is that food in that moment going to nourish you? And remember, it doesn't have to always be kale. And number 3, you have permission to eat whatever you want. Sit with that and see how that feels. And let me know how you get on. I've got some really exciting stuff coming up, and it's gonna help you to quit dieting and get away from this all or nothing approach to food. So stay tuned, as I'm gonna be sharing it with you all really, really soon. Now, I wanna wish you a fabulous week, and I will be back here, same time, same place, for another Tuesday tip. Take care, bye.